But there are pillows for your ears and everything.
Stand by. It's 89.9 WQTQ FM. Kanye West, Big Sean, Jay-Z. That one's called Click. It's your boy B. Davis.
And my name is Miss Kim.
And in the building with us, we got JV Harvey.
Yes. JV Harvey, Car Entertainment in the building.
Yes. And we had to, you actually was up here in the summer with your wife, your lovely wife.
Absolutely, Racine Ties. Shout out Racine Ties Harvey, that is.
Nice. She's still down in the A?
Down in the A, be up pretty soon. Pushing the book still. Success looks good on me.
Okay, cool. I actually read some of that book, man.
You did?
It's feeling it, of course. Yeah, I'm all about the self-help books, self-improvement books. I'm all about that. So definitely checked it out.
And definitely the way, she ran up on you on Blue Hills Avenue.
Yes.
The book at first.
I respect anybody. I respect the guerrilla tactics. We in the streets, you just run up on them.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this time around, you up here talking about the documentary actually putting in the works.
Yes.
Ordinary Hero.
Ordinary Hero, my first film, is a film that I'm coming out with. It'll be in the film festivals this summer. If you don't know about me, I was on Stan Simpson show not too long ago. You can look it up, ctnow.com/Stan. We talked about my life in prison. And the story is about me coming out of prison and seeing a story that I wanted to captivate the neighborhood, the world, the city, called Ordinary Hero. Older guy who cuts hair for the homeless in Bushnell Park.
Right. And I actually went down to Bushnell Park during the summertime. You actually had an event out there.
Yeah, you was down there looking all nice in your suit, was looking casual.
Yeah, you had the mayor out there.
Yeah, the mayor was right there with me, trying to make moves,
He gave me a head nod. I felt kind of special.
Well, was it a head nod because the security was close? Was that what's up?
I thought he was saying what's up,
okay,
but it could have been a head nod to the security.
All right.
But yeah, man, that was a good look out there. How'd you put that together?
Just coming home out of prison, just pure drive and motivation. I was in prison for a long time. 11 years, I don't shy away from that, and I took most of it to my advantage. I used it like it was my own university. I came home quickly, went to the library the following week, and played no games. If you want it, you gotta go for it and strive for it. Within the first week, I was in the library on Main Street, pushing books, studying grants for films. And long story short, I got connected with public access, Harvard Public Access, and I started volunteering. I was volunteering for almost like 2.5 months doing City Hall gigs, and they offered me the job, so I got close to the mayor, started the film when Joe the Barber, got close to the mayor, told him, hey, this is a guy down there cutting hair for free, let's recognize him.
Right, how did the story really interest you? You know what I'm saying?
From all
what
aspects,
drove you to that?
Because, the same day I was leaving the meeting, I was pretty upset. I didn't get this grant proposal I wanted to do for Keeney Park. I tell everybody, that film is still coming. It's called The Gift, about the history of Keeney Park.
Right.
I left that office, that meeting, and pretty much I was walking through the park. And I saw the lines for food, and I saw the older gentleman cutting hair with a car battery. That's the suspense of it. I shouldn't be telling you too much of it, but that's what happened. He was cutting hair with a car battery, and I walked up to him, I said, what are you doing? He said, this is what I do. I cut hair every Wednesday night. And that alone was like, it drew me to it. That's what you call give back from your heart. He doesn't get no money from it. He doesn't get no grants. He doesn't get nothing from the state. Just recognition from the people that needs it the most, the unfortunate.
Right, and even when I met Joe the Barber, he was like the most humble guy, you know what I'm saying? Just like unbelievably humble.
But he's been doing it for a while now, right?
Yeah, he's been cutting hair in the park 7 years, but he's been giving back to the homeless community for over 23 years. After he cuts hair, he goes to the convalescent homes and even cut those guys' heads.
Wow.
So he's dedicated.
Yeah.
He's dedicated.
So you have this great story, you came home and you had this initiative, this drive. What would you just say to someone, maybe they are not looking to do film, but they're looking to do something and they're feeling really discouraged right now after they came out?
You need to alleviate anything around you that's discouraging you, bottom line. Just get to walk away from it. If it's a cousin, sister, blood, I don't care who it is, get away from it. Alleviate any distractions. That's what it's about. That's how I got into a life of crime, and then ironically, that's how I got away from a life of crime. Alleviating the BS. You have something that you want to do, music, film, dance, whatever you choose to do, look at your surroundings and alleviate who's around you and get away from that. That's distracting you, and then go head forward and go hard.
Fantastic. Now, one of the things I find almost ironic in the story is you said you left a meeting where you didn't get the grant to
Yes.
go to somebody
Yes.
who just said, you know, I'm doing it on my own.
Right,
How
yeah.
inspirational was that?
Hey, God is good, you know. God is good. That's what it is. I left a meeting, you know, head down, you know, and I was like, man. And I messed the grant up by like about 4 pages of application. And I was like, man. And I walked across the park. I had parked my car near Bushnell Park that day. And I just saw the story while I'm walking up to the guys in line. In my head, as a filmmaker, you see pictures and you start putting pictures together.
Right.
Even before you even had the film. And I started putting the story together in my head. And I'm like, he's cutting here with a car battery. Is that a car battery? And I walked up to him and he said, yeah, it's a car battery. And I was like, wow, it is a car battery.
Wow.
It's a great visual
Yes,
sitting there
it is.
underneath the chair, because even I was like, how does he have
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
connected? But he's making it work.
Making it work.
Right.
And people, like for instance, he goes to Florida from January to March. And he comes back, and these guys are like dedicated to him. They don't even get a haircut. They don't go nowhere for a haircut. They wait for that 2.5 months until Joe the barber comes back to get the haircut. I run into these guys all the time in the library. That's like my second home down here on Main Street. Shout out to Harvey Pub. I mean, that's where I get all my research from. And a lot of times you run into these homeless people in the library, and what are they doing? Waiting on Joe most of the time.
Wow. That's a crazy story, man. Just to walk, you know, you just found a story walking through the park.
Yes. Just walking through the park, you know, I saw him cutting hair, walked up to him. The first thing he told me was CNN wasn't here when Jesus got baptized. And I said, well, you know, CNN wasn't there yet. Now, you know, JVH Films is here, and I would like to do a film about you. And he said, but for what? I said, because this story needs to be told. This is inspiration and moving. You know, if you could do this, anybody could do anything next. Anybody could go in their closet, pull out some old coats, give it to a homeless person. Anybody can go there, cook a meal, you know, feed the homeless, volunteer time. Me and Ray, you know, Ray and I, we volunteered when I was in Atlanta every other week at the church for homeless. And I mean, that's from the bottom of our hearts. We don't do it looking for monetary things, but if Joe could do it, we could do it. And that's a push of the film. If Joe could do it, you could do it.
Right. J.V. Harvey's Ordinary Hero. Check out the trailers on YouTube. You just put up a new trailer.
New trailer. It's called Newest Trailer. J.V. Harvey Ordinary Hero Newest Trailer. It's a cleaner looking version. That because you know I first came home. Came home. I didn't have a camera. I didn't know what a 7D, 5D, whatever that stuff is. Still don't. And I'm just learning. You know.
Nice.
Just learning. And so I went to Channel 5, grabbed a camera, start shooting. So the film looks sketchy and scratchy, but that's because I wanted to get the story out. But now the film is looking better because I have good people around me, such as my main man right here in the studio, Teddy Love Girl right there. You know, my home, you know, right there. She's just like a special gem, a diamond in the rough, Kia. And you know, I'm appreciative to be around people like that. You know.
Definitely, man. I'm glad you came up here, man. I'm glad to see you again, man. You told me you were gonna come back up here, so you know.
I know.
Appreciate it, definitely.
I know. You kept that promise. You stayed committed. I mean, it's amazing because one of the things I was going to ask, and you already touched on a little bit, is what is the message? And you know, like you said, it's so inspirational to hear about Joe because it does make you go, let me take a little bit of an inventory of myself.
Right.
Absolutely.
And go, I know I could be doing something more.
Definitely, just a little bit
Yeah.
goes a long way to change the world. You know
Absolutely,
what I'm saying?
it really does. Absolutely.
So definitely, you know, give out some of your information just in case that people want to contact you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to jvhfilms@gmail.com. If you're willing to sponsor a film, a sponsorship will get you a credit in the film. jvhfilms@gmail.com. Or go to YouTube, JV Harvey, Ordinary Hero on YouTube. You'll check it out.
All right, we're gonna come back with more J.V. Harvey. You sticking around a little bit longer?
Absolutely, definitely. I walked the bottom steps. I better be here.
Oh man, he made it up 5 flights.
Man.
He's got to stick around now. It's 89.9 QFM. Keep it locked. It's 89.9 QFM. It's your boy B Davis,
And I miss Kim.
and we got J.V. Harvey in the building. The busy man. The phone is ringing off the hook, man.
Yes, you gotta stay contacted, man.
Definitely. But yeah, we up here talking about your newest documentary, your first film actually,
Yes, first film.
Ordinary Heroes.
Ordinary Hero,
course.
starring the star Joe the Barber. Joe Samaras, he's better known as Joe the Barber in Bushnell Park and around the city. He's been cutting hair for the homeless people for free in the city park for 7 years and more in shelters and convalescent homes.
Nice. Now recently, you were on a small screen actually on a Stan Simpson
Yes,
show.
that
How did you
was-
get that? How did you get that
pretty good.
popping?
Just you gotta stay being a nag. Pretty much a professional nag, that is. You know, I emailed him one time, emailed him again. If you don't get a no or yes to me is like a maybe. I can just keep contacting you until I get one of those answers.
Right.
I would say I love that
Consistent,
drive.
you know?
I love that
Consistency.
drive. Yeah, because it's something to that. I think too many times, all of us, we've had examples where we just give up too easily.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I tell people all the time, you have no rights to anything you have not pursued. And I saw that quote.
Oh,
Saw that
that's
quote
nice.
in the book about like years ago. When I first started my bid, I came across it. It was a Malcolm X quote in a Malcolm X poem book. You have no rights to anything you have not pursued. And I saw that, let's just say 2004. Put the book down. I didn't want to read it. I didn't have time for it. Saw it again in 2006. Saw it again in 2007. Finally, I said, I just held on to it, and that's my drive. You have no rights to anything you have not pursued.
That's something you should
I
live with,
know,
man.
I know. It's like, we need to give back, and we need to continue to pursue and have the drive. This is just inspirational, this project, and the fact that you went after this project and seeing this kind of success, because, so went out, to YouTube and saw the trailer.
Yes.
And excited to see it, and we were talking about, I said, okay, so when can I screen it? And you said,
Yeah, sorry, there's rules and regulations and everything we do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Some
But
of
it's
let me
good
just
reasons,
say,
though, good
some of the
reasons.
film festivals you can't have screenings because they want to be the first to touch it.
Of course.
And that's understandable. But other film festivals you can't have screenings, but it depends like what film festival I put it in. So until I figure out which one's going to put it in the summer, right now is lock and key, and just keep you just waiting for it.
So do you have any idea?
Well, we're gonna say right now the one that we're gonna put in first is next month. The Danbury one and New England Music Film Festival. Once I get the okay, then I'll start having private parties for it.
yeah.
You can't let out the bag too much. You got to keep it hidden a little bit.
How does Joe the Barber feel about this newfound fame? Because I met him and he's like, when I'm shaking his hand, he's looking at JV like, dude, who do you like? You got me in the spotlight right now.
Yeah,
you know
he's.
what I'm saying?
He eats it up in a respectful way. Like 2 weeks ago, I had talked to him before he flew back from Florida, and he started to cry because for him it's from his heart. So for him, all this fame is just like is amazing for him. So he's emotional about it because it's been a long time that he's been in that park and people walk by without even looking.
Yeah.
We have that in the film. It's amazing. You could just really walk by that park without even glancing over there. And it got to a point I started grabbing my camera, running up to people. Like I was getting mad. They was walking by, not even looking. So I run up on them. Hey, you know what's going on over there? They're like, oh, no, what's going on? He's cutting here for free for homeless people. So you have to force it in their face sometimes.
So
That's what I did.
did people care after you said that?
Heck yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, I think it's something interesting about that because Bushnell Park in particular is a park where you can see anybody, everybody,
yeah, right.
all colors, all socioeconomic stats,
Yes,
everything in this one park.
Yeah, definitely. You see all walks of life in this one park, and that's the amazing thing about it because you have the state cap, and I'll talk about this in the film just a little bit. I don't want to get the film too political, because you do that, then certain people come out the airwaves, you just don't get no run. But to keep it respectful, state capitol is right down the street.
Yep.
From this event that's going on every Wednesday. Come on, people, wake up. The state capitol is about 100, maybe less than 100 yards than that.
Yep.
This is going on where the state capitol is in a position to pass laws that help unfortunate people in our city. And this guy's out here cutting hair every Wednesday night for the unfortunate.
Right. I think I seen something in the trailer about like the police actually shut him down.
Yeah, the police
one
shut
time?
him down a few years ago. Now they're more friendly with him. But when he first started out, he was cutting hair at the YMCA. If you remember, the YMCA on Jewel Street was closed down.
Yep.
In 2006. That's where all our kids went. It was a good drop off for our kids. They loved it. And because I guess city funds, whatever, the research I did was because of city funds, they closed it down. And basically he went from the YMCA to across the street to the carousel. And he was plugged up to the carousel, and the cops would come by and say, that's illegal because you're stealing electricity from the city.
Wow.
So then he came up with the genius idea with the battery.
I know, it was just brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Which is
absolutely
brilliant.
brilliant. Now the cops just come by and say, hey, pick up the hair and you'll be all right.
That's like MacGyver.
I
status
know,
right there.
because again, drive, and
Yeah, right.
he wanted to, because it came from the bottom of his heart, he wanted to make
Right.
sure that he was there for those folks.
Absolutely.
That's
absolutely.
amazing. That's a great commitment.
Definitely. You said this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday is a big event for myself and others who will be there. There's a convention going on called Black Man Can. It's 125 young black youth, and I've been asked to be one of the guest speakers. So I'm pretty psyched about that. Go ahead.
How'd you get on that panel?
Just volunteering around the city. I ran into a few people, and the person who's doing Dean Jones, he has his own organization that he does down the YMCA on the Avenue. And I did a few speaking engagements with him in his classroom a few times, and I came around and he said, yeah, be a guest speaker at this convention I'm having, the Black Man Can. I was like, you sure? You know, it's, me, JV Harvey, 125? He's like, you nervous? I said, nah, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for it, you know?
This is an amazing story, your journey from, you come out, you have this drive, you go do this, and now you're inspiring young people. How amazing is that?
That's the good thing about it, because, I talk to young people quite a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I want them to see, like, I come from the streets, I came from the streets, I did maybe about the exact same thing as you doing right now. But I don't want you to go to prison. That's the importance of the story. I had to go to prison to change my life in certain areas of that path. But you don't have to do it like J.V. Harvey did. If you start before J.V. Harvey did, you'd be bigger than J.V. Harvey. Because, if I didn't do all that time in prison, where would I be now,
Right.
That's how it's about. That's the message in that whole shape of form. I don't want you to take my same path, but take the same path and passion I have right now.
Definitely. A lot of positive things, man.
I know. I would say, so again, give people your contact information so if they want to connect with you.
jvhfilms@gmail.com. If you're willing to sponsor the film, just send me an email. We have the PayPal link hooked up. If you're willing to sponsor the film, jvhfilms@gmail.com. Sponsors get private viewings once we get all that taken care of, but you would definitely get a credit in the film. Your picture taken with myself and Joe the Barber, and we'll give you a little bit of fame too.
Nice.
Right.
Spread some of that fame around.
Yeah, you got to. They can't be selfish with all that stuff.
Nice, man. Thanks for passing through, JV Harvey.
Thanks for having me again.
Ordinary Hero. Check it out.
Absolutely.
Look up the links, YouTube. It's on my Facebook right now, Brandon Davis.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. It's like go out there, watch it, the trailer, support it, and let it inspire you.
Yeah,
Definitely.
please do. Remember, you have no rights to anything you have not pursued. I saw that quote years ago. It kept coming back, tapping me on the back, said, look at me again. So it's only right I tell you, you have no rights. You have no rights to anything you have not pursued.
Nice.
Fantastic.
With that being said, man, when's the next time you passing through? When
Let me see. I gotta put it on my calendar.
Oscar season or something?
Hopefully, you never know.
I know.
It's 89.9 QFM. It's your boy B Davis.
My name is Miss Kim.